What's up, everybody? I'm back with an insane amount of new discs. Man, first of all, if you guys haven't checked out the Ricky Wysocki subscription box from DD or the hand-eye one, check it out, man. They have so many super sick things that only come out in those boxes. Like, this is a verdict that is member exclusive, so you only can get this verdict from this box, which is sick. This Ricky Wysocki Enforcer, this thing feels so good. It's a biofusion enforcer. I've got a stag from one of my buddies. It's the old numbers where it's 8603. So you know I'm gonna be throwing that one. We've got a trespass here. We've got this super sick Ricky Raider with the stamp on the bottom as well, which is just rad. A pure here with bottom stamp, Ricky Wysocki, super dope. And then obviously Hand-Eye's been doing this thing, which I think is actually really cool, where they spell it out with the discs, like hand, eye. These are all orange. We've got a Destiny, which if y'all watched my last tournament prep video, which I'm recording the same day, the Destiny is like my new bomber forehand disc that I can just throw flat, it'll pan left and go the distance for us. We got a slammer here, and then we have another verdict. This is probably the disc that I'm most excited about from this. This is a box exclusive, y'all. It is a tournament orbit harp. Look at this thing. So if you're a harp thrower, oh man, I can't wait. Like, whew, the orbit plastic is so freaking good. Also, check out the stamp on this dagger. Nasty. I'll probably be giving this to my buddy Ian. Hey, but Ian, you have to ask me for it, okay? Which means you will have had to have watched this. Otherwise, you're not getting it for a little while. Super sick mushroom cloud, sake bomb, bottom stamp, EMAC Truth. Feels good. Excited to throw this one too. This is a Sergeant. I just love I love the color of this plastic. It's not like a white, it's like a milk. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you remember how much I used to love throwing the World, but mine got way too flippy. This is a Chameleon World, and I am excited to throw this thing, man. I used to bomb those. And then we've got a Captain, which is glow in the dark, one of the more recent hand-eye boxes. I couldn't go out and film at night, but one of the more recent hand-eye boxes came with a flashlight and a bunch of glow discs. Super cool, but all the chatting's done. Let's get into it. All right, so hole one here is 261 feet. I'm gonna throw this Sergeant, and it feels a little flexy, so I'm gonna guess that it's not too stable. I'm just gonna try and throw this flat down the middle and have it skip in there towards the basket. Inside, inside, inside. Go in. Oh my gosh, my heart stopped. All right, so we went past it a good bit. I guess I threw it too hard / thought that it might have been a little bit more stable. But now we've got a little bit of an idea as to how it flies. Yes, sir. All right, now for the bomber hole, we can let some of these go. All right, so this is kind of the bomber hole. I'm gonna throw a couple. I'm gonna start off throwing this trespass. It's a Lucidex Moonshine trespass. I'm gonna aim a little bit more towards the right side of the fairway. Maybe give it a little bit of ante. And see how far we can get it. Yeah, that's a smash. Good stuff. I want to throw some of the other ones as well. Like I want to throw the World. I want to throw this Destiny on a backhand. And I want to throw this Biofusion Enforcer. I imagine this is going to be pretty stable, so I'm definitely giving this ante. I didn't give that any ante. And yes, it is stable. All right, this World is definitely going to be stable. I didn't give that enough either. Man, I have not done field work in so long. I went pretty far, but I feel like my form is just garbage on long drives. Ooh, I like that. Is that past him? Whoa, that was a smash. All right, so we're about 300 out or so. I'm gonna take my stag and try and go behind the big tree. Anytime I try and go in front of it, I come up well short. If I try and go behind it and I end up coming in front of it, then I'm gonna be in a good spot. So we're gonna throw over that bush on the right side. Crash in there. Okay, that'll be a putt. All right. Let's see what we can do here. You're joking, right? Man, that looked like it was well in. What? That one looked like it was well in too. All right, let's apply them. All right, so I really liked how that Destiny flew. It flew straight, so that means if I throw it on a hyzer here, it should push for me, which is what I want. I don't want to go too stable on this. But those straight on a hyzer, and we're gonna see if we can get to push down to the left. What did that hit? Oh, that's frustrating. That thing literally stopped in its tracks. All right, let's throw this Biofusion Enforcer here. I'm gonna throw it out on Annie, but try and throw it straight and see if we can get a good flare out of it. Oh yeah, inside of that tree? Yep. All right, so we've got two different discs that I wanna throw here on forehands. We've got the Orbit Eye, Raptor Eye Slammer, and then the Harp. Harp's gonna be more understable. We'll start off with the Slammer. Now, Slammers aren't as stable as like a Justice, in my opinion. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of a pop, and we're just gonna try and get down there towards the basket. Inside of it, come on. Gosh, that's terrible. See, let's go Harp here. Underneath it? In the basket? All right, that's parked. I guess why don't we throw this Verdict too, just to see how this one flies. Similar to the Harp there, I like that. Now lots of times when I film these rounds, where I'm just playing with discs that I've literally never thrown before, I'm loosely keeping score, but not really, just trying to like play the best that I can with the discs to show how good they are or whatever. And so like that Harp, that's what we want to go with. That's the closer one. The Raptor Eye is right here. And obviously this isn't as much as, or as good of a shot. But we'll see if we can maybe flip that in there. Right, that would have been funny. Nope. So the Raptor Eye would be a par, but we'll definitely get a birdie from, like, look at that. That thing didn't turn over at all. So the Verdict came in a little bit tight here. See, that's not a putter. And the Harp, man, dude, I'm telling y'all, this Harp feels so good. Like, it is such a good feeling disc. I always compare my quote unquote overstable mid ranges to Justices. And so I've always had a bad relationship with the Harp because I think it's supposed to be more stable than it is, but it's just a touchy disc and it feels so good. And like, I want to have this in my bag. I just have to put in some work with it. All right, so this hole is 301 feet where you're gonna throw two shots with it, two different types of shots. Since we don't have like a felon or anything, I'm not gonna go with just the straight overstable. I'm gonna take this Sergeant, I'm gonna throw it kind of high, and I'm gonna try and push it straight so that it stables out before the trees and then gets down to the basket. that two inside? Ace run? That should be pretty close, honestly. No, I think this world is pretty stable. So I'm gonna go the lower route on this one and try and get like the ground flare. Big flare? Oh, the grass is too long. If the grass was short there, or that was like sand, that would have gotten a great flare. Y'all check it out, that was an ace run. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Wow, that was so close. All right. So through four, we're 3 down, 2 down, depending on what you count on that last hole. Okay, so this hole is just 292, but there's a really good backstop. Like it goes uphill like crazy, so I don't need to worry too much about going long or anything. And honestly, I'm really liking how this Sergeant feels in my hands. Typically, I'll throw a prototype of Vader on here, which is pretty stable, with like some Annie, and so I'm gonna do that here with this too. And we're gonna see, so I'm aiming at the trees on the left with some Annie so that I just miss them and come in. Get up, what the? Yes, oh, that's money. No! That was right there, dude. Inside of that. That should be parked. Look at that. So the Enforcer is parked, and the Sergeant here, oh, hi, little tiny frogs everywhere. You guys were just tadpoles, weren't you? All right, see if we can get this in. Michael, what was that, dude? Par. Dang. All right, so I'm gonna take this Wysocki Bomb Pure. This is 267 feet. I imagine a new Pure is just gonna go like dead straight, so I can probably throw it flat and it won't turn over. Maybe I'll give it a little bit of Anheuser. We'll just see if we can get it down there to the basket. Oh, it's flippy right out the box. We might have a putt with that though. Okay. All right. Let's heart it here, bud. Just do your putt and just finish it. Too high. Still made it. This basket's a little bit low, but that's a good birdie. Way to capitalize on the luck of getting through those trees and stuff. All right, par 3, 286 here. Gonna throw the Sergeant flat and straight, and it should flare up and get down to the basket. So we're just gonna try and pop this one flat. Oh, that's an ace run. I didn't hear any chains, but that one's gotta be close. All right, so it looks like we hit something and rolled. I don't doubt that that thing skipped somewhere around here, maybe hit this tree next to the camera, or maybe this one, but I didn't even hear a tree, so it had to have landed, hit one, and then rolled all the way down here. Ah, so frustrating, man. That's when you wish you could have a catch cam and see what's going on. Okay, I'd say we're definitely out of the circle here. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. That was such a good putt. That's a bummer. That's a bummer because that was a really good drive. It just had to have hit something and rolled because we did not hear any sort of impact off the tee. So it was a late, probably super slow roll if I had to guess. Okay, so this hole is 231 feet uphill. I'm gonna throw this EMAC Truth with the tiniest bit of anhyzer, and it should turn over. I'm throwing this as a forehand. It should turn over and get right up there towards the basket for me. Wow. Okay, I mean, that's a putt. This hole is so interesting. I'm gonna throw this pure on a backhand and just see what this thing would do. Okay, so we got another little step putt. That last one was good. I'm gonna try and do the exact same thing. It's just a little bit high, but I'm not gonna change anything. So nose down. I like subconsciously changed my putt even though I said not to. I mean, this is a tough birdie for me. I've only gotten it a couple times. All right, so hole 9 here, par 3, 265. It's kind of a tough one to get to without having like an understable mid or something. So I'm gonna throw this Captain, and I'm gonna throw it on a tiny bit of hyzer, and it should stand up a little bit and hopefully push down towards the basket. Should give me a circle's edge putt, maybe. All right, so we did indeed give ourselves a putt here. Let's get this in, okay? Finish your putt, finish your stroke. This will be a good birdie to finish the front off with. Nice, 10 out of 10. All right. That's a bummer. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for the front 9 using all of these hand-eye and Ricky Wysocki subscription box discs. If you guys haven't checked them out, man, they've got some really cool stuff in them. So not only if you're like a collector, but you wanna try something new, they have got some really, really cool stuff in these boxes. Many of the discs have introduced me, like you guys know I throw the Bounty a lot. I would have never started throwing the Bounty if I didn't get a hand-eye box. And so it's just cool. I love throwing these. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We're probably like 4 down or something, somewhere around there. Thanks for hanging. See you on the next one. Peace out.